What's good, y'all? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Hey, man, get on up here, man. Kick your shoes off, pull you up one, and light you up one. You on the porch now. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this.
What's good, everybody? It's your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac, and welcome back to the porch once again, man. Starting off with music, man. My boy Jimmy Waters, if y'all been paying attention to me, you know I fucks with him the long way. Dude out of Cali, I believe Riverside, dropped him another tape. Yesterday, not today. I just got around to listen to it this morning when I woke up. It's called Players Tuition. Like all his other tapes, rides real smooth, man. I just also found out about this dude named All Hell YT. Man, he got this joint called Date Night. I don't know what it is about all these lifestyle artists, but they using all those late 80s, early 90s songs that like were either one-hit wonders, or they were just like mid-tier hits. You know, they kind of along the lines of the song like Baby Come to Me by Regina Belle. They be using that little tempo. Yeah, that's how that Date Night is, man. Hey, it's fine and ran it back like 3 or 4 times, man. But yeah, that's what's going on with music. Now, speaking of other things in the world of entertainment, man, we lost a big entertainment mogul. This is definitely big for not just the world of entertainment, but the city of Atlanta, Georgia. CNN founder Ted Turner was found dead at age 87. Now, can I keep it funky with y'all? Like me and a couple other people said, I thought his ass had been dead. I'm just going to keep it honest with you. And I know some people feel what they feel about Ted Turner, because, hell, if he kind of had his prejudice ways, hey, you can look at Ted Turner and tell he's a member of the Good Old Boys Club. People can say what they want to say. But I tell you this, and it's don't give him a pass for it, but he is the reason that Atlanta is what it is today. Like I said, man found the CNN. Y'all know the CNN Center right there on Marietta Street. People used to go in there, tour the CNN building. They used to let you, I know, sit down and pretend like you was being a news anchor on the CNN like desk in like the interactive area of the CNN Center. Got his TBS. I remember when I lived in Atlanta, because I graduated from college with influence on journalism and media. I used to drive by that either coming from like open mic or something, or when I would take 75, 85 to drive back from my job at Walgreens, which is in Buckhead on Peachtree Street. And I look at that building and hope one day I could work there. Because I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all can talk about driving on 75, 85 in Atlanta. But to see the Atlanta skyline at night, beautiful thing. I'm going to say this and y'all going to be shocked. I like driving through that skyline better than I like driving through the LA skyline. Sometimes I'm going to be honest. I used to get on 75, sometimes 285, depending on how I feel, and just drive and clear my head. I thought it was just me until I saw one dude online say anybody used to get on 285 and just drive to clear their mind. I said, I used to do it all the time. Ted Turner, he owned the Atlanta Hawks, the NBA team, the old NHL team, Atlanta Thrashers, and most importantly, he owned the Atlanta Braves. Now, if you don't know, it's because of this man that the Atlanta Braves got the nickname the team of the 90s during the corresponding decade that I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to say they got the team of the 90s in the 90s, because hell, You heard it. Because he had them games on TBS, which was going nationwide. The way he did that, the Braves nation was almost as vast throughout the nation as the Cowboy nation. I'm telling you, I have met people, not just since I've been in the Navy, but even before I joined the Navy, like when I went to college and I, just got out, was living, visiting places, and then, like I said, even when I joined the Navy, met a lot of people that's not from Atlanta, and you would ask them, who's your favorite team? And people say, I'm a Braves fan. And you be like, Braves fan? And they're like, how you a Braves? And they'll always tell you, like my boy, I told you about my boy Bradley Haggins, who I said is one of the only people I believe that's in the military that said they could have went D1, who I honestly believe that. He from Virginia, and I asked him, I thought he was a Yankee fan because he used to wear Yankee fit. I said, who your favorite team? I'm a Brave fan, man. I'm like, for real? I said, why you came? He said, I used to watch them on TBS with my grandparents all the time, and that's a lot of people story of how they became Braves fan. And for those of y'all don't know, he also, the stadium that they had the 96 Olympics in, which was supposed to mark the 100th year anniversary of the Olympics, which is the turning point for Atlanta, was when Atlanta started booming. The stadium they had the outdoor events at, Centennial Olympics Stadium, you know what that got transformed into? That got transformed into Turner Field. Turner Field right there. Like, just south of downtown Atlanta. Actually, where I consider where southeast Atlanta began, because you sandwiched between Summer Hill and Peoplestown. And you go over, you start going to the west side over SWAT. However it is, I don't know, like, between the SWAT and west. I know southwest and the west, but, like, you go into Mechanicsville, but you, like, where the southeast and, like, the SWAT kind of meet. And, like I said, I used to live 2 blocks south of Turner Field, on the corner of Hank Aaron and Ormond. And I did not know how rough it was over there till right before I moved there, my friend ended up moving in with. Had to drop him off. I'm like, oh shit, this right by Turner Field. Because when you watch TV, you see all the happy white folks at Turner Field. Like, oh, that's got to be in a decent part of town. No, it wasn't. And as much as I love the Braves, I used to hate when I had to come home from work if they were playing. Because, boy, that traffic, ooh-wee. And if them and the Falcons have to be playing at the same time, may God help you. That was not a good time. But like I said, the Braves were the team of the 90s. I'm going to name you, some of them people that was on there. You had my boy on the mound, Mad Dog Maddox. Also in that bullpen was Tom Glavine. You had Halle Berry's ex-husband, David Justice. You had John Rocker's punk ass. He was infamous too. He had a little fame about him. You had Andrew Jones, and then you had the man who everybody loved and one of the only few MLB players I know that played with one franchise his whole career. That boy Chipper Jones. Chipper had kids, white and black, pretending to be him when they played baseball. In the playground. And last but not least, the person who was in charge of bringing all of these people together, that man you saw number 6 coming out that dugout, every umpire puckered their butthole up because he was not coming to play. That's Bobby motherfucking Cox. It holds the most ejections, the record for most ejections in MLB history. Boy, you saw number 6 come out that dugout. Oh, all hell was going to break loose. All hell was going to break loose. But like I said, feel how you want to feel about Ted Turner. Because one of my friends from Atlanta, like, Ted Turner died. I'm like, you can say what you want to say. And you can feel how you want to feel. But that man is a part of the reason why Atlanta is booming and bucking today right now. You ain't got to like him. But you just gotta, you gotta keep it real. It is what it is, man. So, Ted Turner, thank you for what you did for the city of Atlanta as well as the nation, like with TBS, TNT, Turner Classic Movies, Cartoon Network. You did a lot of good shit for people, even though I don't feel like you was a good person. And I know this usually when people say rest in peace, but yeah, we're gonna move on. So there was a debate that arose last week. Like I said, I'm trying not to keep talking about it, but it's just such a good movie. So like y'all know, Michael is doing numbers at the box office despite the critics' reviews. Now, Aries Spears got online and he came out and said he just saw the movie. He said, while it was a good movie, he said, it's not touching Ray. He said, it's not touching Ray. And people got pissed about that, saying he's a hater. Because you see a lot of his stuff. He seemed like he be throwing salt at a lot of people. And just don't seem like he like anything. Now, while I admit Aries Spears does have some wild takes, I'm going to keep it funky with y'all. I totally agree with him. And I said that after I watched Michael. I said, this is a good movie. I said, but the best biopic about a musician still today is going to be Ray. Because Jafar, he bodied Michael. But he ain't got shit on Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was Ray Charles. And the beautiful thing about it was, we didn't know when some performances, whether it was Ray Charles or it was Jamie Foxx. Hell, Jamie Foxx took that and ran with it when he got on Ludacris and Field Mob's Georgia. I'm thinking that's an old recording of Ray Charles singing Georgia on My Mind. Come to find out, that was Jamie Foxx. And then when he did Gold Digger with Kanye, that was him too, sounding just like Ray Charles. And how you know this movie still has a place in the hearts of us as viewers. Somebody say it ain't as memorable as Michael's gonna be. I'm like, you crazy as hell. Because black people, we still quoting Ray to this day. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I know y'all been on social media and Michael is so good. People are like showing clips of the bootleg online. Like the number one clip that everybody is talking about is everybody getting mad at Michael's brother when he wanted to play Twister and nobody wanted to play Twister with him. Like I said, that shit, I'm like, how in the hell y'all already showing clips and the movie ain't even released on streaming? I can't say DVD. I mean, even though some people are still doing DVDs. You know what I'm saying? But Ray, well, but like I said, we're not even quoting Michael. Like everybody, we loving Michael because of music we already know. You ain't really got no quotes from Michael yet. No, it's not like, what's the name of that minister, Jackson's American Dream, how we can quote that. Who let us out of the swimming pool? How when Joe got pissed about that and he said that as he turned a whole sentence into one long ass word. We're not doing that for Michael yet. But we've been doing that for Ray for the last 20 something years. You know what I'm saying? We still quote that. 3 of my favorite quotes from that movie is like when B first found out Ray was taking heroin. And she was like, you got to stop this. He was like, I ain't got to do a goddamn thing. Or when he got mad at Margie, played by Regina King. Oh, let me not disrespect the other queen. B was played by Kerry Washington. But when he threw out Margie out the studio, and he said, I need you to go out and get me an old Johnny girl. And then the sound engineer was like, hell is an old Johnny girl? Next scene, last night you were dreaming and I heard you say. And you see the woman, oh, Johnny. Or the last one, this I know, see, black people, we don't take shit serious. The last scene everybody know is when he pissed off Marjorie and she told she was pregnant. And she said, we just gonna be professional. And he starts playing, that's right, keep that angle. Hit the road, Jack. And don't come back no more. You know what I'm saying? We still quoting that shit to this day. I know in one of my last relationships, I almost got my lights knocked back because she was pissed off at me. I started doing it. I said, that's right, keep that angle. But I thought she would clean my clock, man. It'd have been worth it. Like I said, I poked the belt, man. I don't give a shit. But speaking of it, you talking about keeping that angle, and she saw she was getting the most she played on it. Ladies, them ladies in that movie killed me, man. I don't understand how them women let that man dog they ass out. Like, there ain't nowhere in the hell I let no blind man dog me out. Like, for instance, that scene I told you about when B first found out he was using heroin. And then he said, be here at my house when I get back. I remember sitting there watching that movie, thinking to myself, boy, ain't nowhere in the hell. Because something I learned watching Ray, because I watched it with the director's commentator on it, director Taylor Hackford said, a lot of blind people, they are able to navigate because they have to memorize something. So that means he got to memorize everything around the house. If I was B, I'd have rearranged all that damn furniture as soon as he hit that door. And when he came back, would have told him the chair was over there and told him to have a seat and watch him fall and bust his ass. Ain't no, man, you ain't been talking about, I hope you hear Miles. I'll be in your house. That coffee table ain't gonna be over there where it was, and that love seat ain't gonna be over there where it was, and your chair ain't gonna be over there either. I'll be here. You gonna have to figure it out when you get back. But the one thing I didn't know until I watched Ray years ago, but I found out I did not know the man was a heroin addict. I didn't, because it threw me for a loop, because I know before I saw that, watching heroin, not what I knew about heroin, it's a certain amount you got to take and you overdose. So you got to see the actual dosage. Now, I ain't gonna lie, if I was a heroin addict in recovery who could see, and I saw that this man was doing that shit, shooting up, and never OD'd, but I feel some type of way. I'm like, I got to be the stupidest motherfucker in the world. A blind man can do this with no problem. I damn near died. Yeah, I wouldn't even, you know what? If I was a heroin addict who almost had a OD or OD'd, but I survived, I wouldn't even need to go to rehab. I just watch Ray like, I'm gonna put this shit down, because, it don't make no damn sense. He can't even see. And he ain't had this problem. I ain't shit. I can't do shit. That'd got me sober. I wouldn't have to go through detox. That I'm like, yep, I can't. That's it for me. That's it for me. That's God's way of telling me, you're not good at this. And just another person who he ain't, life ain't been good to him, but he finally caught a break. That boy Stephon Diggs, boy, life finally showed him a winning hand. So his former living chef, Marla Adams, she tried to charge him with assault, but the charge got dismissed. So apparently, the lie she told was she started as a living chef. They started as friends. Then a relationship bloomed. While she knew he was with Cardi B, so she a backdooring motherfucker. And then all of a sudden, she was messing with him. Apparently, it was some money that she wanted. He didn't want to give her. So now she said that the man had beat on him. But the charges got dismissed mainly because her dumb ass was caught on tape laughing and dancing while he was allegedly assaulting her. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to creep on the come up like Bone Thugs and Harmony, y'all. And then she thought that the people gonna be on the side like a lot of people on the internet said she tried to show up to court looking like an old librarian thinking that would throw people off the scent. That judge was not fazed. They told her to get the fuck on. This dude, Stephon Diggs, boy, when it come to women, boy, he just can't get right, boy. Just woo. And I'm guessing she older. She like she was older than boy. I don't know what is up with these younger dudes. And this older booty, man. What is going on? Y'all letting older booty. Boy, I was different because I ain't gonna lie to you. I done had some older women call themselves trying to manipulate me through sex. The only thing is, like a lot of people say, I act like an old man already. So it's like Joe Clark told Sam, lean on me. You trying to con, man. It ain't gonna work. Like I had an older chick, I'll never forget this. Years ago, this before I'm still living in Atlanta. I'll never get it. I was like, 23, going on 24. She was like 31, going on 32. So she let me crack. She let me crack once. Then she started trying to play some BS, and I fell back, and she let me crack again. So now I'm thinking, okay, I done found me an older one that's steady. But she wasn't about nothing. Didn't have no money. She was staying in like a back room in somebody's house. And then I just was young and just, I'm cracking an older chick. So I called her one day. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, nothing. I'm kind of down. I'm like, what you down by? She was like, well, my phone bill, I don't know how I'm going to pay. It's $80 and I don't know how I'm going to pay it. And I was on the phone with her. I said, well, it's been good talking to you. Take care. Cause yeah, your phone show finna go out of service. Cause I ain't paying that motherfucker. Cause I knew. And let me say this, ladies. That's subliminal begging shit. Especially you younger girls. I don't know who taught y'all that shit work. Most dudes ain't that big of a sucker to fall for that. Oh my God, I just need some money. Oh, like yeah, I don't. A dude may be lame to you, but he ain't that big of a sucker. Come on now. The average dude ain't that big of a sucker. But ladies, I'm gonna say this, like getting in y'all emotions and shit, y'all gotta chill out with doing that, especially getting on the phone. Hell, if y'all didn't learn that shit from that torta Ashley Gonzalez, who used to be on the Houston Police Department, do not get in your feelings and recording. A lot of y'all women, y'all feel like she got no feelings. She was happy. She thought she was gonna come into some money or some shit, and was acting a fool dancing. Like I said, Ashley Gonzalez got no feelings. She was 38 hot, as we say down south, and started like saying racial slurs, or like Cardi B when her and Offset broke up, and she got online and like crying and called them all kind of BANs. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look. I had to tell my ex-girlfriend this, my last ex I'd had, most recent relationship. She would call me telling me she didn't went into work and went off and this type of shit. And I'd be like, hey man, you gotta calm down with that. No, you don't understand. She said, I'm emotional. I said, you gotta stop using emotion and use logic. She said, well, I need to do. I said, sweetie, run off emotions is what has gotten a lot of people killed. Trust me. The jailhouse and the cemetery full of motherfuckers who did shit off emotion. And I was telling her, like, it ain't even just about, you lose your job. You need to stop running off emotion. I said, because sometimes that could put your life in danger. So ladies, please get your emotions in check and stop recording y'all damn self. Please, ladies. Oh my God. Shit. Now we coming to the end of the episode, and it's fitting that we coming to the end of the episode because we finally come to the end of the season 8 for The Rookie. Man, it was a ride this season. And this last episode was a hell of a, like, I don't know what it is when you're on the roller coaster, but you go down. That's what this was. It was a hell of a drop. The crew had to escort Heath Everett. Y'all remember him? He was that criminal that got away, like Oscar did. Well, he didn't get away. He's a criminal that got captured, who set up that Con Air-esque type of thing on the episode. Y'all know, remember the episode? I said, okay, this shit ain't nothing but Con Air. They had to go get him from the federal, all the LAPD, along with the FBI, set up a task force to go get him from the federal holding facility on Terminal Island, shout out to Long Beach, California, to take him to FBI headquarters. While en route, they got ambushed by his crew, and, you know, shots got fired left and right, but they ended up getting him out of here, and don't look like any casualty was taken by the LAPD. Matter of fact, I think it was only one person who got hit, and that was, I think, Nolan. He popped one of the shooters that was in the chopper that got Everett out of this. Now, at the beginning of the episode, Tim had got his ring from Angela, who was keeping it for safekeeping because he didn't want to keep it at the station for anybody to see, and he couldn't keep it around the house in case Lucy found it. So he gave it to Angela, but she had to give it back because her daughter tried to put up a nose. So Tim just said, all right, I'm going to keep it in my pocket, and he loses it during this shootout. While this is happening, at the precinct on high alert, Lucy's left in charge because Tim was out there rolling in the task force. She has to go out to help now because now they got to survey the area for all the shell case and they got to get more officers. So she leaves Miles behind, who is, you know, still on probation. And he can't be out without a TO. So while Miles is left behind, and he's in taking prisoners, he misses a pistol that one of them have in his possession, which ends up in the officer getting shot before they end up, you know, neutralizing the prisoner. Lucy and Nala grill him, and he insists that he thoroughly checked him, and they're like, if this is not right, your ass is out of here. Now later on, FBI gets intel that they found Everett on some type of ship. Looked like it's like an old, from what I've seen being in the Navy, looked like it's an old oil tanker ship. And the rest of the crew, they have to plan a black ops night mission to recover Everett, who is on that ship and is armed and is guarded by his men who are armed to the teeth. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, when they did that, the shit looked like a mission on Call of Duty or Rainbow Six. Y'all remember Rainbow Six with Dean Chavez? They end up shots getting fired, and big shootout, nice shootout too. But Everett gets taken into custody again. Now back at the station, Nala informs Miles that she surveyed several hours of tape, and an officer from a previous ship didn't thoroughly search a suspect, which how the gun got left in the cell for the suspect they ended up shooting to get. So she let Miles know he cleared. But he still has like about 3 weeks left of rookie time. Because something happened, he got set back. Because he was under the impression that today was his last day. She's like, no, you still got about 3 weeks left. Angela ends up finding Tim's ring. She said it was in the shop. She's like, as a mom, I spend all day looking for loose Legos and cookies that fall. She said, you should have asked me in on this. So Tim gets the ring back finally. He decides to ask Lucy she want to go on a walk on the beach, and while they're on the beach, he gives her this beautiful proposal to which she accepts. Now a couple comes by to congratulate them. I knew something was up with them as soon as I saw them. And right after they congratulate them, they stick them in the necks with some syringes that had to be filled with some type of sedative, and then the female says, Keith Everett said, revenge is a bitch, or payback is a bitch. I can't remember. I was just like so pissed off, like, oh my God, here we go. All I just know is like payback a bitch or something. And that was how we ended season 8. This episode was good, but it had its cartoonish moments, man. That giant magnet on the chopper that they used to crane out the vehicle that was holding Everett. I was like, oh, come on, man. You know, and then you had Nolan driving the old school Trans Am as Eastbound and Down for Smoking the Bandit was playing. But I will give it to Nolan while he was driving it through that ship trying to get topside. He was driving as one of the guys was shooting. He pointed that Glock out the passenger side, and he had a clean shot from a speeding vehicle. Boy, he channeled his inner monster from Boys in the Hood with that shot, didn't he? And now I want to say this for next season. Can y'all tone Bailey down? Jesus Christ. I do not mind Bailey. I love Bailey. People be mad about Bailey and all. I love Bailey. Y'all had her too OP this season. She could do everything. She could shoot. She could fight men twice her size. She going on a black ops operation with LAPD. You're going to need a medic. I'm going. I'm like, so she just automatically deputizing herself? Y'all got her doing too much. Stop. It's losing its sense of realism. I mean, they had a couple episodes where they had a lost sense of realism, but that one right there, oh my God. And can y'all please let my man Miles catch a break? I know I was on him hard when y'all introduced him last season because of that god-awful Texas accent, but let my man make it, man. Because the stuff y'all have him doing, I understand he's new to the LAPD, but the man was a police officer in Texas before he moved to LA. So my thing is, y'all making this man just seem like he just inept to law enforcement as a whole. Give him a man a break. I mean, y'all already got rid of that Texas accent. Cut him a break, too. And also cut Lucy a break. Man, you had her kidnapped early in the series. Then you have her take somebody's life, and she was traumatized about that. Now y'all got her going through this again. Boy, Lucy she gonna be a emotional wreck before the show's run is over. But please, I beg of y'all, however you bring back Oscar Hutchinson, please bring it back, Grant. Y'all, I wouldn't mind if Oscar made it through the show's run. You know, y'all killed Monica this season, but like, let my boy make it through the show run. And man, hey, and we want more of Dash. We want more Dash. Lesser Rod, more Dash. And damn sure bring back Skip Trace and Randy. Please. Anyway, that's been my time on the porch with y'all this week. You know, y'all find me on Facebook, search my name. You can follow me on Instagram, PDMac10, PETYMAC10, or you can follow me on TikTok, PDMac89. Same as Instagram, just drop the 1 to 0 and put the 8 and 9 in this place. You know, until next week, be cool, stay calm, get paid. Oh, and also, next Friday, be on the lookout for my episode of At the Movies with Pete McCorvey, where I will be reviewing the biopic Michael. Y'all take care.